Hello guys, this is your boy Master S. Today we're gonna talk about the American culture, I guess history. It's a kind of crucial story and a little sad. Can you imagine if you are being convicted for a crime that you didn't commit and they've given you only one choice is to confess that you did it and why you didn't do it? That would be quite a scenario, and this really happened in reality. So it was a real story that happened in I don't remember the years, but it was a long time ago, and it happened in a city called Salem. It was a series of witch trials. People were killed, a bunch of people, like 200 were arrested, and I think I was like 20 that were executed, hanged, and the other one, if they confessed, yeah, they managed to escape. So how it happened? It's actually the play started. The play started actually when Betty Paris got ill, and they had no answers for her illness. The father, Samuel Paris, the day before her illness, saw a group of girls in the woods that he assumed. The father, Samuel Paris, is a reverend actually. He's supposed to be believing in God and stuff. But then he also was kind of trying to open himself up into these kind of belief that consists of believing in rituals and witchcraft and all this kind of thing. So when he saw them in the woods kind of doing some sort of stuff that he called witchcraft, and the next day the daughter was really ill, so that kind of brought suspicions into his mind. And among the girls that were practicing this witchcraft thingy at night in the woods were Abigail, which is his niece, and two other girls and more. Like two other girls, Mercy Lewis and Mary Warren. Yeah, there was also another girl called Ruth. I will explain a bit more later on. So Mr. Samuel, like Reverend Samuel Harris, questioned Abigail and asked to know what actually was happening there that night. So Abigail answered that actually they were just dancing in the woods, and there's nothing to worry about. It was just teenagers dancing in the woods. The thing is that the Reverend Samuel Paris wasn't convinced about this answer. More things happened. At this point, Abigail and the two other girls, they were trying to make up a plan now so that they can try to protect themselves. So when they were left alone with Betty, they told Betty to say that she saw Abigail drinking chicken's blood to actually cast a spell on Elizabeth Proctor. So bear with me here. The thing is that Abigail used to be John Proctor's servant. So they were having an affair with John Proctor when Abigail was living and working as a servant in John Proctor's house. So that's why Abigail wanted to get rid of Elizabeth, which is John Proctor's wife. At this point, John Proctor entered the room and he tried to explain to Abigail that, I want my wife, I want to focus on my wife and what happened between us. it's already passed. So she didn't want it to be that way. She wanted to get rid of Elizabeth so that she can replace Elizabeth. So another thing happened is that the other girl, Ruth, which is Anne Putman's daughter, something happened to her. She also was suffering from the same disease, same kind of symptoms like Betty. And they started to believe that actually it's coming from witchcraft. One thing that happened to Anne Putman is like she lost most of her children, and the only child that was left was Ruth. So she was looking for answers to know actually what really happened to her other children. That's why she sent Ruth to go into the woods with Abigail to try and figure out if they can conjure spirits, talk to dead spirits or spirits of death or whatever the stuff it is, get to the point where they can get answers and ask maybe those children what really happened to them. The thing is that Betty from her bed, she said that she admitted that actually she saw Abigail and Ruth conjuring spirits, which it began to escalate. Not only that, like around the neighbors, right, in the neighborhood, some people were kind of praying and stuff like this, mentioning the names of God. This made Betty kind of panic. She had fears because of the name of God. So all these things convey to make the whole village, the whole town, believe that actually this witchcraft thing is serious. In the end of Act 1, they couldn't handle it by themselves, so they called a very logical, intellectual reverend, which was called Reverend Hale, to come and try to solve the situation. This is what really happened there for Act 1. And Act 2, you will see all the plots and how it escalated. So thank you so much. Sorry for the noise, and I'll see you again. It's history. We need to know about it, though it's sad. I wonder what you would have done if you were in that situation. Remember that it was a very long time ago. At this point, they were not having medical experts to really know what this is that those teenagers were suffering from. And yeah, it was very kind of normal to believe that it was coming from witchcraft and stuff like that, but the executions of people, that was a bit too much. Thank you so much for watching. See you in Act 2.